It was just me standing there, beside Robert's polished oak coffin, the only mourner in a sea of empty pews. The funeral director shifted awkwardly, glancing at the vacant chairs. "Mrs. Thompson, should we wait a few more minutes?" he asked quietly. "No," I said. "Start now." Robert hated tardiness. Even in his final weeks, he set his watch by the evening news, folded the newspaper precisely, and lined his slippers up like soldiers before bed. A man of routine, a man of quiet honor. And now he was being laid to rest with no one but his wife of 52 years to say goodbye. I took the front row, all 6 chairs around me cold and untouched. The pastor read Psalm 23 in a flat voice. The flowers looked too cheerful, the casket too shiny. I kept thinking how Robert would have grumbled about the fuss, then looked around asking where the kids were. Where were they? That morning, our son Michael texted one line, "Sorry, Mom, work emergency, can't make it." No call, no explanation. I pictured him on the golf course with clients, new driver in hand, pretending the day was just another Tuesday. Our daughter Laura hadn't even texted. Her voicemail from 2 days earlier was breezy. "Mom, I can't reschedule my spa day. You know how stressed I get. Tell Dad I'll come by next weekend." Next weekend, as if the dead wait around. After the short service, I followed the pallbearers alone to the graveside. No tears came. I'd already spent weeks crying in silence. This grief was heavier, an anchor lodged deep where no one could reach it. The cemetery was empty except for one groundskeeper watching from afar. The coffin lowered, dirt hit wood, prayers faded into wind. I stayed long after they left, heels sinking into the soft earth, coat flapping. The temporary marker read, "Robert Thompson, beloved husband and father." The word "forgotten" kept echoing in my head. Back home, the silence screamed. His recliner sat empty, remote exactly where he left it. I opened a bottle of the Cabernet we'd saved for special occasions, poured a glass, and scrolled Instagram, something I rarely do. Laura's post from 2 hours earlier, her and 3 friends at a rooftop brunch, mimosas raised, caption, "Bottomless vibes, living our best life." Michael's was a selfie on the 9th hole. Killer round, deals closing, perfect day. I stared until the screen blurred, then shut it off. I walked to the wall where our 50th anniversary photo hung, Robert and me by the rose bushes he planted himself, arms around each other, smiling like the world was still kind. Those roses were bare now. That night I couldn't sleep. I went to the study, pulled out the estate folder we'd updated 5 years ago. Michael and Laura were named equal beneficiaries. The house in suburban Ohio, the savings built from Robert's factory job and my teaching salary, even the little lake cabin they'd begged to use but never visited unless taxes were due. I sat on the bed, papers in hand, pulse pounding with something sharper than sadness. Betrayal has its own heartbeat. The next morning, I called our lawyer, Mr. Hayes. He'd known us since our first mortgage. "Evelyn," he said when I walked in, "this couldn't wait?" I still smelled of the roses I'd pruned at dawn, cutting back the dead to make room for new growth. "I want Michael and Laura removed from everything," I told him. He didn't flinch, just nodded. "You're sure?" "I buried my husband alone," I said. "They didn't come, didn't call, didn't send a flower. They're busy. They don't get a dime." We redirected it all to Tyler, Laura's son, my grandson, the only one who ever showed up without wanting something. He mowed my lawn without being asked, brought me books from the library, once told me, "Grandma, talking to you is better than hanging with friends my age." We set up an irrevocable trust, house, cabin, accounts, protected until he was 30 with provisions for college or emergencies. It felt clean, final. Later that week, Tyler called. "Grandma, I just found out about Grandpa. Mom never told me he was gone." His voice cracked. "I would have come." I invited him over. When he arrived, he hugged me tight, then sat quietly in the living room while I poured lemonade. "I missed the funeral," he said. "I'll never forgive myself." "It wasn't your choice," I replied. I handed him the trust papers. His eyes widened. "Grandma, why me?" "Because you're the only one who ever showed up without being asked," I said. "Remember what real love looks like." He teared up, wiped them quickly like he did as a boy. We talked for hours, about Robert, about pancakes we used to make, about the future. When he left, he asked, "Can I come next weekend? We can make those pancakes." I smiled. "With the good maple syrup." Laura showed up the next day, unannounced, SUV tires crunching gravel like she owned the driveway. She marched in. "Mom, you're here to change the will. Is that true?" I kept folding laundry, calm. "Yes, you and Michael are out." She laughed, short, sharp. "After everything, the money we needed, the times you helped?" I looked up. "You didn't come to your father's funeral. You posted brunch pictures while we lowered him into the ground. That's what you chose." She opened her mouth, closed it. For once, no quick excuse. She left without another word. The house feels different now, smaller but lighter. The silence isn't cruel anymore. I drink tea in Roberta's chair, smell bergamot, and feel peace settling in. Legacy isn't about equal shares. It's about who remembers you when it matters. I pruned the roses again yesterday. New buds are already forming. They'll bloom red again because some things deserve to grow.